So maybe like 2, 3 weeks ago, I interviewed this young man named Tevin Towns, who is a videographer, cinematographer, director here in Baltimore. And after the interview, he was like, "You should come to the class I'm about to host, teaching these young people or whoever how to film, capture video, all those good things." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool. I'll come by, get the BTS for you." He was like, "No, like you can come and like attend the class." In my head, I'm like, "And what I gotta attend the class for? Bro, I already know how to do this thing, boy. But what I'm attending class for? Boy, I already know how to film, boy." But I let that go. I just kept that in my head. And I was like, "Cool, no problem. I'll pull up. Just send me all the details." But I'm glad I actually went. There was a couple of things I did learn, and it was cool to see another person in my field. We're about around the same age, if not the same age, teaching younger people how to hone in and become better at the craft. We be on the internet looking for how to do certain things, and it's just like sometimes you need that one-on-one. Sometimes you need a class. So it was cool to see like the kids were like interested in doing these things, learning like how I get my shutter speed like this, like bro, how you get it crisp. It was cool to just see him interacting. They were comfortable, and to see them really like actively be like, "All right, cool, I'm trying to learn how to do this." I did end up using BTS. So if you didn't see the video that I put together before I dropped on my Instagram, I'm gonna just let you see it right now. So yeah, while I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not get the BTS. I think just because the beginning part of the class, setting up the gimbal, setting up a rig, what lenses to use on the camera, proper settings, like I knew those things already, so I was able to get the BTS without like not missing anything. And it was like cool. Like I said before, it was cool to see another creative from my city helping other young people from my city, because you just don't see that a lot. But yeah, that part was cool, and I was like, somebody else gotta see this. If you missed the class, I'm gonna tell you now, if you're holding the class again, you might as well go ahead over to his page, sign up for the class. It'll be worth your while, I promise. But yeah, just seeing like the whole thing, I think it instantly put me in like document mode. Like I need to document this. Like, yeah, we know how to film or we know how to create these things our way, but sometimes people aren't too sure in themselves of how to teach it to somebody. Even though he's not a teacher, he still was like, "All right, cool. I got the knowledge and I'm able to translate this into words and actions just so these young people can build upon their craft and become better." So yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was definitely like, I got documented. There was some stuff I missed because I had to leave, but the young men in that class were able to film with a athlete from the University of Maryland. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna link his page right here. That was a part that I missed, and I wish that it happened a little bit earlier in the class, but I also understand because there was a lot of things he had to go through with the young man as far as like setting up the camera, setting up the gear so that you get the correct shot, you shoot correctly. But I am moving into the space to where I am filming sports. I actually work with a team right now. So getting those tips and tricks on how to get the best shots, whether it's like a low angle or you right on the player, talking the player through, like, hey, I'm gonna need you to run through your route a few times, or when you hit the route or when you run through this route, you stop at this point of the route. Also, like, knowing the sport. I don't really know about routes and stuff in football, but it's understood that I need to be knowing those things, or like keywords or like phrases that they use on the field, just so I know when I go to film and they tell me, oh, I'm gonna run this type of route. All right, I know where I need to be in front of you in order to get the shots. So that part of the class was definitely great for me, I would say. But yeah, I missed like the actual filming part of it. I caught a little bit before I left, which was in the actual like BTS video. In addition to the actual BTS video, again, I am working on taking more photos as well, because that can be, you know, included in the package if I'm working with a business, a client, a brand, an athlete, anybody. So I also got some pictures and I'm gonna drop them here as well. So before this video ends, I want to leave y'all with one piece of advice that I learned from this whole experience was, you're never too far or too ahead in your craft or in anything in the world, pretty much, to continue to be a student and to learn certain things. Like I said, when he was like, yo, attend the class, I'm like, what I'm attending the class for? But I attended the class and I actually got some knowledge out of the class of, like, you know, some current things I'm doing. I don't film sports, so the class was very useful in that aspect for me. Never too far ahead or too deep into your craft to learn new things. So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, tell me how y'all feel down below about the BTS video and the pictures. See ya.